Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson with the latest from Denver 7. The never-ending cycle of afternoon storms continues Tuesday, and once again we could see heavy rain, hail, and lightning.
A funnel cloud was spotted over West Cliff and Custer County on Monday afternoon. It briefly touched down, but the tornado, although caused some damage, no one was hurt.
Lisa, you have the first alert on which areas we're seeing the most risk for severe weather.
Yeah, and over the next couple of days, that risk of the larger hail and the damaging winds and the tornadoes, that will be pretty low, but we could see some slow-moving storms with some pockets of heavy rain. A beautiful morning, though. A lot of sunshine early on. We will see those clouds build by early afternoon. It's going to get warm, though, warmer than what we saw yesterday. By noon, we'll be at about 82 to 84 degrees, and then highs today close to 90. Late afternoon, early evening is when we'll see those storms develop. And coming up in just a few minutes, I'll show you the timing of that, plus where we could see some of the heaviest rain with these storms and what to expect for the rest of the week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Lisa. With more storms expected this afternoon, you won't want to be caught outside. Not only are we talking heavy rain and the potential for hail, but lightning as well. This map shows where the most lightning strikes happen, the red areas here just to the south and west of the metro. Denver 7's Micah Smith has the details on why this is the case.
The immediate Denver area is a funnel for converging winds, and that makes for some crazy, hard to predict weather. And it's partly because there's a natural area of spin that happens around the Denver metro, and that creates an increase in stormy weather, especially for parts of the foothills. The latest National Weather Service statistics show from 1959 to 2017, 148 people have died after being struck by lightning in Colorado. Our state ranks 4th in the nation for lightning strike deaths in that time period. The parts of the metro most susceptible to lightning are the foothills west of the city and the Palmer Divide, which is south. If you find yourself in one of those areas during a lightning storm, here's what you should do. Stay away from trees and open fields and get away from anything tall. If you're inside, do not shower or wash your hands while it's lightning outside, and avoid using anything with an electric cord.
Ironically, in that scenario, your cell phone and a remote are safe because they're not connected to anything corded. But if lightning strikes your house, it could be transmitted through the wires and through the plumbing. So there's still a risk indoors.
The National Weather Service also produced a map showing where a lot of lightning activity is happening. It shows Douglas, Arapahoe, and Jefferson counties in the Denver metro with a ton of lightning activity when we see those afternoon storms. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Micah, thank you. We are approaching a year since the murders of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste Watts in Frederick. For Shanann's family, it has definitely been the hardest year of their lives. And to make matters even worse, Shanann's father says his family has been subjected to cyberbullying and threats following the murders. Frank Ruzek spoke yesterday at the house where his daughter and granddaughters were killed to make a plea for people to stop harassing his family.
Like I've been telling them for the longest time, just stop. Please just stop. Get on with your lives. Leave ours alone. You know, we can't grieve. It's just a nonstop thing.
Shanann's dad says people have conspiracy theories on what they think happened. He wants lawmakers to step up and strengthen cyberbully laws to prevent another family from going through the same thing.
Tuesday, Democrats will hold mock hearings to simulate how they think Robert Mueller's testimony will go on Capitol Hill. The former special counsel will testify before the House Judiciary and Intelligence Committee Wednesday morning. In a newly released letter by the Justice Department, Mueller is advised to not go beyond the redacted report released in April. You can watch ABC News special coverage of the testimony starting Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. on our streaming apps for Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Chromecast. We will also break into programming on Denver 7 News as soon as Mueller is sworn in.
No matter how many times you see this video, your reaction is likely the same. It's still hard to believe how an all-out brawl between parents broke out at a youth baseball game in Lakewood. Well, today, more of the adults cited for this will appear in court. Denver 7's Nicole Brady reports we're learning those involved could have their records cleared.
A total of 12 people were cited with disorderly conduct for the fight that broke out here at Westgate Elementary School last month. That's a misdemeanor that carries jail time, but it's likely that those involved will serve at the most probation.
What is happening? What is happening? It cannot happen. This cannot happen. This cannot happen.
That was the fight many of you saw all over social media and even on national news. It broke out during an elementary age baseball game. A 13-year-old umpire made a call that a coach apparently didn't like. That's what started the fight. Lakewood police said when they initially showed up, 15 to 20 people seemed to be involved in some way, but they ended up citing 12, including both men and women and even one 16-year-old juvenile. The 5 adults who entered plea deals yesterday were all in their late 20s to 30s. The 2 who are appearing in court today are the oldest in the group, 55 and 47 years old. Now, a judge still needs to sign off on the plea agreements, but if those who pleaded guilty follow the terms of the diversion program they're requesting, then they could have those pleas wiped from their records, a clean slate for those involved. Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
We do have a traffic alert for your Wednesday morning commute. A motorcade honoring a fallen Fort Carson soldier will travel from Colorado Springs to DIA. Army Specialist Jawan Richardson will take his final journey home to Louisiana after he was killed in a motorcycle accident on Friday. The route Wednesday will start at 6:40 in the morning and travel northbound along I-25, then to 225, and from 225 to I-70 and then out to DIA. So if you see the motorcade, please allow some space and take a moment to pay your respects.
More than 7,000 people weighed in on whether Columbine High School should be torn down and rebuilt. We expect to get the results of that survey this week. School leaders say public fascination with the shooting has become a distraction for students and staff. No matter what the community decides, district officials say the school will keep the name Columbine.
Drivers on a stretch of East Colfax in Denver will see crowds and road changes tonight. Hundreds of people are expected to walk Colfax Avenue between Colorado and Josephine for Tasty Colfax. But at Madison and Monroe, they'll find a temporary median, parking spaces blocked off, and left turns restricted.
We are redesigning the street to create more space for pedestrians, encourage slow speeds by the drivers, and make it easier for people to get from one side of the street to the other.
Pedestrian safety is of the utmost importance, especially with Colfax being so busy and with Denver growing so fast.
So the changes are just for Tuesday night, but it's one of several projects the city of Denver is funding while it looks for ways to eliminate traffic deaths.
A Lakewood dad says he's lost nearly everything after a flash flood tore through his home, so he reached out to Contact 7 Gives for help.
We spoke to Evan Bennett Sunday night while he looked through some of the damage at his home. He says he was with his 2 sons Saturday night when a creek surged and water just came rushing in.
And after seeing our story, his landlord agreed to let him out of his lease, but Bennett's insurance doesn't cover flood damage, so he's without a place to live, and he's trying to figure out how to replace all that was lost.
I can't even begin to describe the emotional roller coaster that I've been on every time I read a post on Facebook about somebody trying to support me. It means a lot.
And Bennett says he needs to make something happen quickly so his boys can start fresh and they can get back on their feet. That's where you can help.
So with the help of the Scripps Howard Foundation, Denver 7 has established a charitable tax-exempt fund called Contact 7 Gives. If you'd like to help the Bennetts, we've made it really easy for you. Just go to thedenverchannel.com, click on Contact 7 Gives, and you can find their name under the drop-down menu. Now here's Lisa.
It is going to be a beautiful start to our day. Lots of sunshine this morning, but this afternoon there is that chance for storms. And obviously this past few days we've seen some localized flooding with these storms. You get some slower moving storms that camp out over one spot and drop a lot of rain. So again, same thing this afternoon, especially up and through the mountains. We'll be in the upper 80s though this afternoon for highs, so things are warming up. Storms possible each afternoon this week with that potential for a few pockets of heavy rain. Pretty warm though all week long. We're likely going to see our highs in the upper 80s to low 90s each afternoon. Today, when you look at the risk of severe weather, some of the larger hail, the damaging winds, even tornadoes, we had one reported yesterday, that risk is going to be pretty low. Where you see the lighter green that covers a good portion of the state, that's where we'll likely see the general thunderstorms and those pockets of heavier rain. Tomorrow's going to be a little warmer, some low to mid 90s on Wednesday. It looks to be one of the warmest days this week. We'll see some upper 80s to low 90s through Friday, and a little bumpy each afternoon, so stay with Denver 7. If we get one of these slower moving storms that's moving through your neighborhood, we'll have all the latest here throughout the day. Now, Saturday and Sunday, low to mid 90s, you guys, so pretty warm into the weekend.
And some nice sunshine for the weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this Denver 7 Now update.
Make sure you check back here later today for another update and download the free Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.